Hey everybody, it is Diamond VSG checking in to do I don't know what week, but I'm doing my video. So let's start off with weights. My highest weight was 230.6 pounds. I always get the points wrong, I'm not 100% sure, but my day of surgery weight was 222.4 pounds. My last video that I did on New Year's Day, right? New Year's Day, I was 146.6. Today is January, oh my god, I think the 18th, the 19th, January 19th, and I weigh 143.2. So, what have I been doing the last couple weeks? I have been making time for myself. I unfortunately still haven't been going to the gym, but I actually have been cooking every day. Every day, I cook a meal and I make sure it's enough leftover to take to work the next day. Yes, I do eat sugar every here and there, but for the most part I kind of stay away from sugary things. I have been, for this last week, I'll say out of 5 days out of this work week, 3 or 4 days I was drinking a Premier Protein for breakfast, and I would add it in with my Starbucks unsweetened coffee, and it was a vanilla protein. So that actually kept me full for a long time. My only problem that I've been having now is because I drink that, I really haven't, and I haven't been drinking like water like that, and water has like always been my problem. I have been dealing with constipation, and it was like no joke. I mean, I felt like I was gonna die one day last week, or beginning of the week, and then yesterday I had another problem with constipation. I was just like, yeah, this is not cool at all. So I definitely need to up my water intake. And what I was thinking about doing as well is I have, oh my god, I forgot what it's called. It's not Metamucil, but it's like the purple and white container. It's like a powder. You put it in your water, and it's basically to help you go to the bathroom. I think I'm gonna have to do that because I just passed the block I was supposed to turn on. Damn it. So anyway, I think I'm going to try that. I know that that shouldn't be used like on a daily basis. I think some people do. I don't know. Either way, I don't want to use that as my go-to all the time. But as far as this week, I think I'm gonna have to, because when I say that I feel like I was gonna die in that bathroom, I feel like I was gonna die in the bathroom. Okay. As far as my meals this week, what I've cooked so far, I've done, and everything has pretty much has had either no sodium or very, very low sodium. First I made salmon. So actually there's like a pre-frozen salmon already seasoned at ShopRite. You just put it in the oven. And because, you know, my time is pretty limited on the weekdays, excuse me, I took it out the package, slipped it in the oven, and baked it. It was like 10-15 minutes. Boom, it was done. I had to do nothing else. I made that along with Parmesan encrusted asparagus, and what else did I make with it? Roasted potatoes. So I bought these little baby small potatoes, seasoned them, put them with olive oil, seasoned it with garlic powder, onion powder, some thyme, some rosemary, and I used that, put it in the oven, and baked it for about a half an hour, because they're small potatoes, so you actually don't have to roast them for a long time. And that was it. Made that with some ketchup and had my salmon and had my asparagus. So that was the first meal. The next meal I made was spaghetti, but I used ground turkey meat for my meat, and I also had turkey sausages that I cut up so it was kind of as like the like meatballs kind of. And I made my own sauce. So instead of me buying like ragu or prego like I would normally do, because you know I wouldn't have time, I still didn't have time, I bought like tomato puree and some diced tomatoes, all no salt added. I added my own seasoning, so Italian seasoning, again, thyme, garlic, actually fresh garlic as well on top of the garlic powder, because I don't like the taste of tomato. So even with all of that, it still tastes like tomatoes. So I know people put sugar in their pasta or sauce. I've never in life have done that. I just always thought that was like disgusting. But because I wanted to cut some of that tomato taste, I was like, well, let me try and see if that works. So I put a little bit. I didn't put a lot of sugar in the sauce, and it actually did cut some of that tomato taste. So that was that meal. And then the next meal I made was what is that? My air fried chicken wings. And with that, I did French fries, but I did French fries that are already made, and I put them in the oven and just baked them in the oven. No salt as well. Excuse me, I am really tired today, guys. What else? I mean, I know I did salmon. I know I did chicken. I did the spaghetti. I also made a quesadilla with, I had like chicken tender breast, basically just cut up. So I seasoned that. I kind of just sauteed it on the top of the oven with some peppers and onions, and I put that inside of a low carb tortilla wrap, and with some cheese, and I ate it with salsa and sour cream. I only had one, and it was like 3 pieces. I cut it in 4 pieces, so 4 small pieces, and that filled me up. And that is, I think, pretty much it. I think. No, what did I make last night? And last night I cooked steak. So my New Year resolution, if you want a lifestyle resolution, I don't want to say New Year, was to only do pescatarian 90% of the time, and then 10% will be white meat, so chicken and turkey. Oh, I also made turkey chops this week. My first time ever having them. They came out so freaking good. Okay. I have like a grilled cast iron pan, so I grilled them on the cast iron. I seasoned them, obviously. And then put olive oil on the cast iron pan, grilled them, and then I put them in the oven for a little bit, just to make sure, because I've never cooked turkey chops before, so I put them in there just to make sure they're fully cooked, but they came out so good and tender. But back to that. So I want to do 10%, white meat. But I added in the steak just because, every once in a while it doesn't hurt. And again, it's not like I can't eat it. I'm just choosing not to. But for the most part, I've been doing pretty good with the pescatarian or white meat type of lifestyle so far for this week, because that's when I started it fully. Tonight, I already took out a whole chicken. I already seasoned it. So I'm going to have that. Excuse me. Along probably with some potatoes and some type of vegetable. But I definitely see with the change in my eating habits, I'm also feeling, obviously I lost a couple pounds, but I also feel the loss. I don't feel as heavy. I don't feel as, my clothes don't feel as like tight as they were getting, because I'm still wearing 4s. Like right now I have my size 6 jeans on. They keep falling, but they've been falling even when I was at 146. But my size 4 jeans seemed a little like snug. I could fit them. They were fine, but it's just like when I would eat, they would get snug or something like that. So now I'm actually back to feeling comfortable in my size 4s. Also in some of my clothes I don't feel as tight as I was getting. So definitely diet has a lot to do with it. Again, I haven't exercised, but diet definitely has a lot to do with it. But that is all that I can think of for this week. I know it's a lot of ums in here, so I'm sorry. But I did want to check in and just let you guys know where I was at this point. And again, I'm going to try to do this every week. It does get hard, but again, because I'm making time for myself this year, I'm going to make time for these videos, because this is me making time for myself. So if you have any questions, comments, suggestions, hit me up on here or on Instagram at DYMOND886. Thanks for watching.